we doing? Bless each and every one of you guys and ladies. Started off today getting there early. Had a couple recruits to meet, but before the end, I got this favorite spot on campus. I just know how to get there. I can't tell you where it is, but it's a beautiful lake there and some wonderful seats that face the lake. And I've claimed that as my prayer spot, and I went there this morning to pray and be good with decision making and understanding all the different nuances of the game so I could be on my game and sharp. So I kind of felt in my spirit that the outcome would be what it was. I thought it would be greater, that we would win by 14 actually. Wonderful team, well coached, quarterback made some phenomenal plays. First downs troubled us early on in the game. Defense got it together though. Thank God for the sellout crowd. It's one of the most beautiful things that you ever want to see. Standing on that sideline, looking behind our bench and looking across to see over 50,000 radical, passionate fans. I love these kids and these adults and everybody. That's fan base to life. Barrett got his first pick at CU, second of his career. Mata went over 100 consecutive PATs, now with 101. He just don't miss. He's unbelievable. We darn near hit that turn field goal. How far would that have been?
57. That would have been
wow. Buck almost got it too, man. We practiced it, and hopefully, we was hoping to get in that situation. Thank God we had the timeouts, and Buck did his thing. First ranked win since TCU. Jeremiah, 10 tackles. 140 yards rushing that we had. Joseph had a great day receiving, 8 for 1, buck 28, third down, 7 for 15. Shu, 2 for 12, time of possession, 30 minutes. It's phenomenal day. It don't seem like it, but I'm so darn happy for these young men and the staff and everybody involved in our program. We fought for this one throughout the week, staying on their butts, making sure we're not accepting mediocrity, because that can happen when you lose a couple games straight. I think that was our first stint that we lost back-to-back games in quite some time since, whatever. Great day. I'm happy. Let's go.
Go ahead, Nikki.
Hi, Coach. Nikki Edwards, Yahoo Sports. Hope you're doing well.
Thank you.
This team really needed to turn the corner here, and you're seeing it today, getting a ranked win. How important was it to come out with a win today?
It's very important. It's kind of vital. Your season could go this way or that way, and the most frustrating part about it is that we're good. And I know that sounds crazy, especially when you say the record aloud, but we're good. We haven't really gotten our butts kicked. I take a good whooping. I grew up taking a good whooping, so I don't mind that. But when we're losing it with self-inflicted wounds, it bothers you. But today, right before we completed that third down pass, we said, guys, this is it. This is the game. When we get this first down, we're going to win. We don't, we can put it on the defense. Anything can happen. And I think they had two or three timeouts at the time, so it was going to be tough. But we got it. We persevered.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, Lear Bear with Scobo Sports. The fans after the game rushed the field. Did you have a comment on that at all?
I love it. As long as we control our, we don't want to do nothing stupid. I think we got the field goal thing that lets down now. What you going to do with the field goal when you tear it down anyway? What you going to do with it? Put it in your front yard of your frat house, and then you tell it on yourself. I don't understand that, but I love it. I want to see the kids rush the field. I absolutely love it. Hats off to our security team. They do a good job of ushering me in, but I love to see it. I really do.
Any worry about the fine?
Is it a fine for rushing the field?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. What is it?
550.
50. 50 what? 50,000. For rushing the field?
Yes, sir.
How's it 50,000 for rushing the field? Who made that a rule? Excuse me? Come on, man. That ain't right. These kids, we have 50,000 right there. We can chip in. Let's chip in. That's how it was when I grew up. We going somewhere back before you get in the car with some gas, you got to chip in.
$5 a student.
Yeah, okay. Just chip in. Wow. That's shoot. I'm sorry. Wow. 50 grand. All right, next question.
Hi, Coach. Adam Tiger,
doing,
24/7 Sports. Congrats on the win.
Thank you, sir.
How big is this for Caden to have the second half he did? Did you have to challenge him there in
we
the first half?
challenged everybody, not just Caden. He stood up and stood out. He did his thing. I mean, I don't think it was a play in the game bigger than that third down throw. And the standing there, first of all, we gave him a clean pocket. The line, hats off to the darn line. They're blocking their butts off, run as well as pass. And he stood in there and he delivered a great ball. Joseph went up and got that thing. I mean, it was a great execution of what we practice, and I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him. I truly am.
Coach, you mentioned Jeremiah Brown leading the team in tackles today.
Mm-hmm.
Just how much better of a player has he become over the last couple of years? I know obviously he was struggling to find his way in the lineup the last 2 years here,
Yeah.
but just it seems like he's just taken a massive step forward this
Yeah,
season.
well, we're looking for consistency of the entire defense, not just Jeremiah. Once we get consistency, especially at the linebacker position, you're going to see some big changes. You know, I love to applaud our guys on defense, but you got to understand we gave up 240-some yards rushing. So how can I sit up there and clap with my feet knowing that?
Go ahead, Brian.
Hey, Coach. Brian Howell, the Daily Camera. I do want to ask you another question about Caden. Just as a quarterback, how big of a deal is that for a young man to gain confidence and get a win like this and play like that?
Tremendous. I mean, because you're looking at your teammates, and if they looking at you crazy, or they looking at you sideways, you got to fix that. And he took responsibility. We had a meeting, and, you know, I challenged certain guys to step the game up, and he said, you know, this is the way I played. That's on me. I'm going to play better, and he did. So I'm happy for him.
And I do want to ask you a follow-up on something you said earlier, that the season could have gone one way or another. Obviously, who knows what happens, but you guys go into a bye now feeling much better about yourselves. Do you feel like this is that type of win that can maybe turn this season around?
I hate to say it's one win that can turn it around. We should have been winning, man. And we're still upset with that. I mean, the locker room has a different vibe today, and it's a different challenge given at the conclusion of the matter. But we're better than what our record says. And sometimes as coaching, you analyze everything, you still in that mode, that competitive mode. I'm still thinking about the games and what I could have done better, what we could have done better. And I'm thinking about these yards rushing that we've given up. So when you giving up those type of numbers, that's clock, man. That's possessions. And that's taking possessions out of the hands of the offense. And, I think we got the ball. I forgot when it was, but we're 3 and out. I mean, we didn't take any time off the clock. We can't have 3 and outs, not with the capability of what we have in that locker room. But coaches got it right. We fixed it, and we went out there and overcame adversity.
Ryland Scholes from Ralph Report. You touched on this a couple of questions ago, but you guys have struggled on both sides of the ball in the second half the last few weeks.
Right.
You guys come out, have this performance this week. What does it mean for this team's confidence to come out and perform like you guys did today?
I don't think we didn't have confidence, but I like that when you put in the work and you see the results, then you understand what triggered everything. It's the work. It's the work. And they put in the work. And we went over situational football quite a bit this week as well as last week. And we did better with some things that happened in the TCU game this week. We did much better in some of those things. So when you put in the work, you're going to see the results ultimately in some form or fashion.
Scott, go ahead.
Me, Coach. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you, sir.
Scott Proctor at DMVR. You talked a lot about the last couple of weeks just finishing games, right? This week as well, you talked about kind of changing practice a little bit to put emphasis on this is the third quarter, this is the fourth quarter.
Yes,
whatnot.
sir.
What would you say was the difference in the way you guys finished today, finishing the way you want to, I'm assuming?
I think taking advantage of certain opportunities. We had a couple wrinkles in the offense called, and we didn't take advantage of those. But, I mean, we had to get back to the root and start running downhill. You got to understand when a team know you're running and you still are running, that's tremendous. So hats off to the offensive line and the attitude that they possess. And when we needed the stops, we got the stops defensively. I'm just thinking about we got to do a better job on punt return and kickoff return because we got some phenomenal guys on those return teams. And we just got to do a better job of blocking and holding blocks and doing what's called. Because we should have been scored 1 or 2 by now. We really have because of the personnel that we have. Great week as well for recruiting. I think we had some top recruits that we really want, high schoolers that we really, 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 really want. And hopefully this win helps tremendously.
Hey, Coach Jack Carlo.
My man.
How are you? Congrats on the win.
Thank you, sir.
Kind of similar to Scott's question, too. You've obviously talked a lot about guys needing to step up in big
Yeah.
moments with that 3rd and 17 completion,
Yeah.
4th down stop earlier. Just how gratifying was it to see your players kind of step up?
Tremendous, but we still got work to do. I mean, you know, we shouldn't be giving up some of the things that we're giving up defensively. And offensively, we got to take advantage of certain situational football that we see, the matchups. You know, sometimes we may go to the line and call it at the line based on what the defense does, and we got to make better decisions in those type of situations with the ball as well. But overall, like I say, man, even with the faults that we had, we got the W.
Hey, Coach. Heading into halftime, kind of felt like deja vu from the last couple of weeks. Kind of give
Yeah.
up the lead. What was the conversation in the locker room, and why do you think coming out you were able to put up points in the second half this week? Whereas the
Well,
last couple
we made emphasis on what we coming out and the attitude we're coming out with. We got the ball in the second half, so we were excited about getting the ball in the second half and going down and trying to do something with it, having something scripted. And we felt like we knew their counters. When we line up in this, that's what they're going to do. We line up in this. When we give you this look defensively, this is what you're going to do. So we felt good coaching-wise with what we saw on the opposite side of the field. But it comes down to making plays. And we got a better job punting the ball and keeping them inside the 10, I think, 5 a couple times or whatever with New Mate. He did a heck of a job. We didn't get that performance from him last week, and he was emphasizing that, watch what I do next week. And I liked the way he responded, and several guys responded tremendously. And I'm really proud of that. We made some catches, too. I think we dropped one deep one that we got our hands on. But when we get those type of opportunities, we got to make those plays.
On that 3rd and 17, I just wanted to ask at the end of the game, was there any decision or conversation about running it there and
No.
doing that, or was
No,
it straight
we
go?
had to go get it. Yeah, we had to go get it. It was it's 3rd and 17. It was it? Man, I might have changed my mind if I know that. I'm just joking. I know, but we had a good play call. We felt like if they give us this look, we could take advantage of it, and we did.
Hey, Coach, congrats on the win.
Thank you, sir.
Jake Schwannis, DMVR. I mean, you had the interception, the 4th down stop,
That
but
was
also 2 for 12, holding them on 3rd down. Just
Yeah.
what was it about the defense to have those clutch performances?
Situational football and challenging guys to step up. I mean, you know, you got to understand when you're trying to get it together and you're trying to win games that you've lost, and you're rallying these guys up, and one guy want to stand up and talk. It's hard for him to talk when he ain't doing his job. So those guys understand. You don't say nothing unless you're balling. You can't say it. So that was a challenge to them by their teammates as by the coaching staff, and they got it right. So now they can stand up proudly and profess what we need to do. It's hard to stand up in front of your team and you ain't balling. That's tough.
Hey, Coach. Dylan Weiss with the Sioux Independent. I know there's been a couple questions about the second half, but I want to look at that third quarter, which is the best third quarter of the season so far. Was there something specific in the locker room or at halftime that you said?
Yeah,
that
but I don't even
charge
recall
that?
what I said at halftime because it's in the moment. It's in the moment, and I don't write nothing down most of the time. So, but these guys know the way we practice, the things we emphasize, second half, especially the third quarter. It don't make sense. Not only that, third series of the game, we have been giving it up all season long. And guess what? We got off the field the third series of the game. I think we got off the fourth series of the game, too, without surrendering points, and that's huge for us. Huge.
Hey, Coach. Harrison Simeon, Buffs on SI. The connection between Caden and JoJo Williams has been kind of a discussed point this year. What's your perspective been on their connection, and how did you feel today was kind of that breakthrough moment for them?
I don't know if it's a breakthrough moment. Joseph been doing his thing. We got to get it to him. Man, that's it. Straight up. We got to get to it. We got a great receiving corps, man. These guys can play. And we got balance running the darn football. I think we were, 39 rushing plays, 25 passing. It don't seem like it's balanced, but it is because we had to hit that clock at the end of the game. So we had to do certain things we needed to do to hit the clock and to make them use their timeouts. But Joseph is a dog, man. He was a dog where he played a year ago, and we're happy to get him. And I've been knowing him for years, his family for years, so I'm glad he chose us.
Coach Shane Holcomb, Scobo Sports, you've been open about fighting through adversity recently. Your team's
sir.
faced it. You've personally faced it just this week. After so many close calls recently, your team made those winning plays today. What does that mean to you and everyone in that locker room right
Well,
now?
it means a lot. We won. It's the difference, different field, different move, The lady want to go grab something to eat. Usually I don't want to be seen after a loss, I might actually go do it, You don't want to go nowhere when you get your butt kicked. Hey, did you just lose? You don't want that. You don't want that. So I might actually go somewhere and eat right now because we won. And I get to hear the other side of it. Hey, good game, Coach Brian, good game. Hey.
So you can eat, we'll do 2 more.
I'm dead serious, too. I'm dead serious.
John Treach, 9 News. At all levels of sports, doubt can be quite a demon.
Yes, sir.
Did the Colorado Buffaloes slay that demon today?
I don't know if we ever had that demon. We don't doubt ourselves. We may doubt. Thank you, Lord. We may doubt our abilities at certain positions, but as a whole, we don't doubt what we have. We know what we have. That's why we're so frustrated at times, because we could do that. We should have been doing that the last 4 weeks. Like, we shouldn't be sitting up here with a plethora of losses. We should be sitting up here, with a steering wheel in the driver's seat, talking like a boss right now. Like that. That's how we should be. And unfortunately, we hadn't been getting it together like we did today. But thank God we did, and hopefully today is the genesis of us getting things going the right direction and truly believing that we can. Not just several guys in the locker room, but the ultimate unit believing that we can. Great question, man.
Last one, go ahead.
Coach Liam Howard, Scobuff Sports. Last week after the TCU game, I asked you about the mentality and the attitude of this team in practice, and you said that needed to be a point of emphasis this week.
Yeah.
Did you see that in practice, and then how did that translate over to this
Yeah,
game?
it was. It was. It was. And I think them seeing me in practice, knowing what this journey has been for me, and not skipping out on them, I think they respected the heck out of that and understood that I'm here. I ain't going nowhere. I'm straight. I'm here. I don't care what is on the table. I don't care what's going on. I am here. I got your back. And I love those young men for that, because the things that they tell me privately and to me face to face, it can't help but inspire and encourage you. So I love those guys that call me coach. I really do, as well as the staff who supported me as well.
All right, thanks, Coach.
We good. God bless you all. Thank you. Be careful.
I want to ask you how good this feels for you. I know it's been a roller coaster first half of the season, and especially last week, to come back after last week and play like this. What does this one mean to you?
I mean, it felt great just being able to go out there and execute the game plan, doing everything that the coaches wanted us to do, and we played really good as a team this week.
As a team, I mean, I was talking about you personally, but like as a team, how big was it just for you guys to go into the bye with something like this?
Yeah, it was amazing. Just the rough season we've been having, and we got a bye week next week, is way better to sit going into a bye week with a win instead of a loss and just having that on your mind. But like I said, overall, I just felt like we went out there and we executed the game plan, and we can always get better, but a win is a win, and I'm just excited that we got this win.
Caden, obviously that 3rd and 17 play to kind of seal it, the throw to JoJo, just kind of what were the conversations like on the sideline leading up to that? Like, how much confidence did you guys have that if you got a certain look that you eventually got, that you were going to be able to convert the eventually game-winning first down?
Yeah, most definitely. Coach Prom told us on the sideline that play right there was win-loss with the game, or like if we made that first down, that that we would have won a game, and if we didn't, the defense would have had to go out there and pull a miracle and stop them again, which they would have done. But speaking on Joe, he made amazing catches today, as you see, 8 targets, 8 catches, 128 yards. I mean, he's a dog, and he showed it today.
Coming out of the half, you found Amarion Miller for a 70-yard touchdown. What was your mentality going into that drive, and did you know that it was going to produce such lucrative results for you?
I mean, everybody's mentality coming out of halftime is to get points up on the board, and we just caught basically almost an all-verts play, and they kind of busted coverage. So I did my three-step drop, and seeing that there was no safety out there, the corner kind of set in cover two. Marion ran right past him, so I just gave him a nice catchable ball so he can go out there and score.
Hey, Caden. Harrison Simeon, Buffs NSI. Obviously, your connection with JoJo was quite up there today. Did you have any conversations to him in the build-up, and how did you feel it kind of had a payoff moment today?
Yeah, I mean, no conversation. JoJo, he's one of the guys on the team that just always have a smile on his face. He comes to work every day. He's one of the leaders in that receiver room. He was a freshman All-American last year at Tulsa, so everybody knows what he's capable of doing. And today he came out there and showed it. And, without the O-line, I wouldn't have been able to get him those passes that he was able to catch today. He made an amazing catch on that third down where I left it low. But overall, I feel like Joe did amazing today. And the O-line, they also did great, just being able to give me the time and the protection back there. You see, again, 0 sacks. So the O-line stood up today big time, which they always do, and we was able to execute.
Hey, Caden, the end of the first half was pretty similar to the last couple of weeks, right? You have the lead, you control most of the first half, and then you give it up. What was the conversation in the locker room, and why did it change coming out of half this time as opposed to the last couple of weeks?
I mean, the conversation in the locker room was we just got to go out there and be better. That's not a position that we want to be in. Going into halftime losing is not something that no team wants to be in. But when you are down, you just got to come back out there with a mentality of making plays and getting the first down, and also playing the next play once you do something good. And I feel like that's what one of my best my best attributes is playing the next play. I can go out there and I can do some bull crap like last game and play the next play. Like, my mentality is always playing the next play, whether I'm doing good or I'm doing bad, and that's what the mentality was for going into the out of halftime.
Obviously, this season probably didn't start like you guys thought it was going to, but do you feel like this team is getting better right now as the season goes along?
Most definitely. We've most definitely been getting better, and there's still room for improvement on that. But overall, as a team, I just know that this team right here, we never quit. All those games that we've lost, we always brought the fight, and every game that we did lose was always a close game. That just shows how destined we are to go out there and try to win these games. We have a team full of dogs that just don't quit. We don't give up, and that's something that we just got to continue to keep working at and being better at on and off the field, just not quitting and going out there and playing our best every single play, one play at a time.
John Treach, 9 News. Caden, you don't start this many games as a college football quarterback without having pride in performance. So to follow a 3-interception game on the road with your best as a Big 12 quarterback, how rewarding is that?
I mean, it was great. Just knowing that last week I didn't play my best and coming out this week and doing what I had to do for us to win this game, and we knew this was a big game for us. Coach told us you would rather be 3 and 4 than 2 and 5. Is that right? Yeah. Okay, yeah. So that's what we wanted to go out there and do, just win this game and go into the bye week feeling confident.
Caden, Lee Rivera, Scobo Sports. We got to hear from your brother Kylan this week at Media Availability, and he talked about your guys' relationship. Did he say anything to you throughout this week to help encourage you coming to this game?
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, little big bro always pulling out motivational words. Usually when we run out, I'm the one that prays. But today we switched it up, and he told me that let me pray today. So he threw a lot of confidence in me with him going out there and praying before the game, and I just had to go out there and follow the expectations of his prayer.
Ken, 2 questions for you. First off, your running backs. You guys don't have anybody that's like, ripping off 100-yard games, things like that. But it seems like when guys get in there, they're giving you some big yards. And Dallin, especially today. Can you just talk about that group, and even Cam Michael getting in there, and just talk about that group a little bit?
Yeah, our running backs, they're tough. That's what it is. They're tough. They see the hole and they're coming in, not worried about getting hit, and that's one thing that I like about our running backs. Dallin, Micah, of course, when Sim and DT was there, but Cam Michael stepped up today big time with Draylon being out. So there's some tough dudes that like to get those nasty yards when it looks like a little bunch, big cuddled up and stuff. They dig their head in there and they try to get those tough yards that we need. So those 3 to 4 yards that they're getting means a lot to us, and that's going to help us continue to win games.
And then I want to ask you about the defense. As a quarterback, when you see them get an interception at the goal line and make a 4th down stop, were you standing on the sidelines watching that, or are you with your position coach on the sideline? Kind of give me your thoughts on those situations.
I'm on the sideline watching, and I love our defense. They fight real hard. D-line is amazing. Our linebacker crew, they've been doing way better at coming down, filling gaps. Our corners have lightened up on the pass interference and been playing more smart and disciplined. And Tafiq, I mean, he's a dog. I think he kind of broke his hand or wrist or something, and he came out there and caught a pick. Like, that's a dog right there. So the defense, they did great today, and they was able to get us the ball back in a crucial moment, and we was able to execute.
Caden, Shane Holcomb, Scobuff Sports. There was a moment in the third quarter where you guys were trailing 17-14, and you scrambled for a really nice first down conversion. You seemed to let out some emotion on the sideline there near the student section. How rewarding did that feel, and was that kind of a built-up of, like, this is your welcome to see you moment?
I mean, that was just me making a play for the team in a crucial moment. I know I'm a playmaker, so in moments like that, when they try to send full-out blitzes at us, I just kind of get my deep drop, let them outrun it, then I shoot it right up the middle like I did. But, that was a play right there that I had to fight for, broke the little tackle, and just was able to get that first down, and Coach wanted us to do that, so that's why I just let out some emotions right there, because I dug hard for that first down.
All right, we got one more over here. Rylan, go ahead. Last one.
You talked about Cam Michael just a bit ago, but you got him and Quentin Gibson involved today. What has it been like playing with those young guys so far?
I mean, it's been a privilege. Q, he's a Texas high school football freshman. Texas high school football Gatorade Player of the Year, something that I was a nominee for, but I didn't win, and he actually won it. So, just playing with him and Cal Michael, 2 speedsters, 2 of the fastest guys I've ever played with, of course, including DT, which is out right now. But those are some smart kids. They're able to process quick. They make plays. They're in the right spot, and they come in clutch with clutch moments. Q, he's a specialist. Special teams All-American down there. Just him being able to pick up those yards that he's getting on those kickoffs and punts and things like that we're putting him out there for, is something that you just don't see a lot of. Nowadays, there are a lot of freshmen that's playing, true freshmen, and Q, he's one of the ones that's most definitely going to be talked about after this season.
All right, thanks, Caden.
Thank you.
How y'all doing? Whew.
Go ahead, Leo, for Zai.
Hey, Zai, Leo Rivera with Scobuff Sports. What did you think about the offensive line's performance and ability to get over 100 yards rushing again?
I mean, we just, like I said, we taking one game at a time, trying to be 1-0 every week, and we just got to keep pushing. I mean, the offense lean on us. I mean, offensive line have been a problem here, so we try to change it around for now.
Zai, is it kind of empowering as an offensive lineman when you have a back like Dallin Hayden that's running as hungry as he is out there?
Yes, sir. Yeah, you see, Dallin had a little adversity. He had hurt his wrist or whatever. So I'm pleased with how Dallin running the ball. He running like Isaac Pacheco out there, man. He don't be like extra yards, everything, man. I'm proud of Dallin, how you going and doing.
Hey, Zai, I'm Jack Harlow, Buffalo's on SI. 0 sacks allowed today, and I think only like 1 quarterback hurry, if that's right.
Yeah.
Just what do those numbers mean for you, and what are you taking that?
It means a lot to me. As an O-line, as a collective O-line, it means a lot to us. We take pride in no sacks, no pressures, no nothing. Like, we don't want none of that every week, and we try to just build on every week and just make it better.
Hey, Zai, Nikki Edwards, Yahoo Sports. Coach Prime went through some adversity this week, getting surgery. When you saw him come back to practice on Wednesday, how much did that motivate the entire team to go out and fight for him today?
I mean, it motivated the team tremendously. I mean, going into surgery and the next morning you at practice is crazy. But, man, Coach Prime, a warrior. He going to do what he got to do. And I salute Coach Prime. I'm glad I came here.
Harrison Simeon, Buffs SI. What was kind of the emotions when you saw the fans rush out onto the field after the game?
I only had that happen to me twice. So I was just like, what's going on, bro? But, like, it was like it's a crazy experience, and I love it. I mean, just keep doing, just keep winning.
Hey, Zai, Brian Howell, the Daily Camera. I have two questions for you.
Okay.
First off, just team-wise, I know we'll find out after this, but, like, can this be a game that turns the tide for this team?
Yes, sir, it could be. It will be. We're going to keep pushing every week. We're going to take this bye week, recover, try to get everybody back, and next week we're going to try to go 1-0.
I just want to ask you about you guys as a line, just as an offense. You're starting to be able to get rushing yards when you need to get them.
Yes, sir.
How big of a deal is that for you guys to know that when you line up, you can get those yards, those tough yards?
Like I said, the O-line been a problem here. So as now, Coach Gunn Coach Prime them did a great job in recruiting, and we got guys that want to move people, people movers instead of just pass protectors. They want to be a people mover, and we can do both, actually. So that's the thing. We people movers. That's what we're supposed to do.
Zai, you guys obviously did a good job picking up blitzes today. But there was one, I think, in the fourth quarter where there was a free rusher on Caden on a third down. He just kind of stepped up, even with the guy in his face, and completed a pass to JoJo. Just kind of, what does that mean for you guys when you see him kind of put his body on the line for a key third down like that?
I'm pleased with Caden. I'm pleased with Caden, man. He's sitting more comfortable in the pocket. I mean, Caden balling. I love Caden to death, man. He's a great player.
Last
Great.
one. Matt, go ahead.
I was just going to ask you about the leadership overall on this team, right? It seems like you guys are kind of a hodgepodge of a group this year, and
Yes, sir.
some of your teammates have said that it's taken a little while. What have you seen from this group, and does it feel like you're more comfortable right now than you were just a couple weeks ago?
The team collective or like the O-line group?
Team collective.
The team collective, we all going to stay together. We're going to still, always stick together as one. No matter how bad adversity or whatever's going on, we still going to be together. We're going to still play as one, and, man, we're just going to do our thing.
Have you seen some guys start to step up and grow into that leadership
Yes, sir.
role, though?
Tafiq Bayard, you got me. Tafiq Bayard, he stepped up. Man, he been a hell of a player. I mean, oh, my bad. Been a heck of a player. Man, he just been doing his thing. And on defensive-wise, too, they stepped up today. They answered the challenge, and I'm pleased with offense and defense today.
Great job, Ty.
Yeah. Appreciate you.
Tyler, you want to start us?
Tyler King with the Denver Gazette. Jeremiah, you obviously been around Coach Prime for a long time. You've seen him go through, multiple different health scares, issues. This week again, having surgery for more blood clots. Just what was that like seeing him back on the practice field one day later, and how did that affect you guys as a team leading up to this game this week?
It gave us a reason to fight, a great reason to fight. Coach Prime had the surgery Tuesday. He came back that Wednesday morning after a 4-hour surgery. He hurt and he limping on the field, hurting, still running around and giving us all the energy we need. So I think that's all we needed to fight. And to show that our head coach still believing in us goes a long way. Because, most teams you be on, if it's like you going through a losing drought or like a 3-game losing streak or whatever, most coaches stop believing in you and stop pouring into you as much as they did. But our coaches never stopped. They always believed and poured into us like every day, every second. And we knew we could win. That's what happened.
Hey, Jeremiah. Brian Howell, the Daily Camera. Defensively, I'm sure you guys are going to look at this and way too many yards given up, but the key stops today, getting the interception and, the fourth down stop. Can you talk about your defense stepping up in those huge moments?
We come together on the sideline, we bring it in, and we all tell ourselves, just do your job, dominate the person in front of you, and believe and trust your teammate. When we get out of line in the game, is maybe sometimes one of us might try to go make a play and get out their gap, and that's how those runs crease. But when we all lean on each other in crunch times, it all works out for us.
And I want to ask you a question about yourself, because I'm sure that your time here at Colorado has not gone like you wanted to. You wanted to play more, but you're starting to play more and make some plays the last few weeks, and especially today. How much does a game like this mean to you that you're in on some key plays and starting to do what you thought you could do?
For me, it's just, I know y'all know Levante Bentley. He was here last year, great linebacker. But he was a mentor for me as far as just trusting the process. No matter if you transfer to a school, you could be in the same situation. You just got to look yourself in the mirror, keep your head down and work. Nothing's ever going to be easy. You got to go take it.
Hey, Jeremiah. Harrison Simeon, Buffs SI. Not only a day for you, that was a success individually, but as a unit overall. And Coach Prime said that he really challenged you guys as a unit. How did you feel like you guys responded to that challenge today?
We responded great, I feel like. In those crunch moments, you said when we needed to make a play, the playmaker showed up and made the play. And that's come from depending on each other.
Jeremiah, you guys have solved some challenges that maybe you hadn't in the past, but you've got a new one coming up with taking a week off and then gearing things back up against Utah, very good team. How do you maintain that level of focus that it seems like you guys have found now?
That game just instilled, a lot more hope into us, especially going out there and winning versus a top 25 team. It showed that we can. We always close with those close games and good teams. We're always close, but we never finish. Today showed that we can finish, and the team will take that into the bye week, and we'll keep pushing forward.
Did it feel like you guys had your backs against the wall here today, that a win really kind of helps fix this, maybe save it, and a loss, maybe things kind of splinter heading into the bye week?
Yeah, but our pastor gave a great message last night. He talked about pressure and how you respond to it. He talked about how pressure made diamonds. And then the team, we all rallied behind that, and boy, the unity was great last night, and we all just believed. So that was a great message. I feel like we had a great unit meeting last night.
Jeremiah, I know you guys are obviously very banged up defensively, especially up front. But when you see a guy like Tawfiq, who's obviously playing with a cast on his arm, come up with a pick, I mean, how much has he meant to you guys defensively? Not just being the leader, but the plays he's making out there too, despite obviously him being banged up a little bit too.
Him coming back, I told him after the game, man, him coming back after hurting his hand, putting the cast on, wrapping it up, that's just all we talked about this week is just dominating violence and just playing for your brother. And for him to come back with a hurt hand, go get a pick on the same drive he come back in, that just shows, man, what he's all about. And that just brought so much life to our defense.
You just spoke a little bit about, people being banged up in Tawfiq, but a lot of guys were out today, and a lot of guys stepped up, and you guys played the way you did. What does it say about you guys that you guys are able to have the performance today with people stepping up like that?
I feel like Coach Prime does a great job in practice as far as putting us in those situations. We'll go ones on ones, twos on twos, so nobody's left behind because there's always a next man up mentality. The best ability is availability, and I feel like our team does a great job at handling that.
Last one, go ahead.
Jeremiah, going back to talking about Tawfiq, he was, after the game at TCU, visibly upset with how the defense played. He said change needed to be made. How have you seen through practice this week and then, of course, in this game, him actually take accountability of what he said and step up and make that change himself?
That key word you said, accountability, that's what we kind of missed. And the consistent part of the accountability, we'll show it here and there, but accountability throughout practice, man. He getting on me, I'm getting on him. We getting on each other hard, and there's no emotions involved. Most of the time when you hold your teammate accountable, it could be a little back and forth, but it was no back and forth. It was, okay, I got to get my job done, and you see the results tonight.
All right, thanks, JB. Appreciate you.
Appreciate y'all.
One more.
How y'all doing?
Jack, you want to start us?
Hey, Tawfiq. Jack Harlow, Buffs on SI. Congrats on the win.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Yeah, obviously you left for a little bit there with the arm injury. Just can you talk about just coming back and then making an interception on the first drive back?
Yeah, on the tackle, got a little bruise on my hand. Had to go get X-ray, get it checked out. We came back. We got to finish. We just kept harping. We got to finish, and he threw the ball right to me, made a play.
Hey, Tawfiq, Brian Howell, Bull the Day of the Camera. A couple questions for you. How'd you pick that off with the cast on your hand?
Yeah, I had the same injury last year, so I broke my hand last year, and just some reps and stuff like that. It was a good catch.
And then I want to ask you, last week you talked to us. You were there post game, and very obviously animated, upset as you should have been. And how good does this feel for you and this team after the last couple of weeks to come back and play like you guys did today?
Yeah, it's like a relief. Last week, you guys was here. It was a bad feeling, terrible feeling. Getting on that flight, coming back home to Boulder, and you got that L. It's a bad feeling. So it was a good feeling to get out there and finish today. That was more. I'm happy about that more than that more than anything, just finishing. You could take the interception away, whatever I did, just the way that we finished in that fourth quarter to end them and put our foot on their neck. That's what I love the most.
Hey, Tofik, Leo Rivera with Scobo Sports. Every week it seems like you're one of the first guys to walk out and take the field first. What's going through your mind as you take that pregame lap?
Yeah, I'm just getting through preparation, getting my mind in the right space, going over stuff that I reviewed in film, just talking to myself.
So after the TCU game last week, you were visibly upset with how the defense played. You said change needed to be made. How did you take it upon yourself this week in practice and then in this game mentally to make that change yourself and to change this defense?
Yeah, just me personally, I just got to be more energetic. Sometimes I'm a little not quiet, but, I'm just a little bit, just a little quiet a little bit, I guess. But just taking this week in practice, getting the defense up, the huddle up, just being more vocal because, guys lean on guys who are making plays and guys who are stepping up in big time. So I just want to show my teammates that I'm the guy that they can count on, in practice and in the games.
That pick was the first turnover since the Delaware game. How does it feel to kind of rip that Band-Aid off and get you guys moving in the right direction?
It feels amazing. Interceptions is contagious, All week, we were in the back end, we were making plays and getting interceptions. So, just for it to come out on Saturday for you guys to see, it was amazing.
Tofik, I do want to ask you just another question on the defense. I mean, you'll look at it probably and say too many yards given up, but you guys made huge plays. Not only the interception, the fourth down stop. They were 2 of 12 on third downs. Is this the type of performance that can really be a motivating, game changer for this defense to show that you can make big plays?
I'll say so, yeah, making plays like you said, but, we think we gave up 250 rushing yards. In a regular game, you're going to lose. You can't give up that many rushing yards and think you're going to win. But what we did? We made plays when we needed to make plays. Third down, they're 2 and 11. You 2 and 11 third down, you're going to be successful. Don't matter who you play, so that was good.
Tofik, obviously you mentioned not kind of getting gashed a little bit on the ground game, but that fourth down stop in particular, when they're kind of putting their chips to the table with going forward on their own side of the field. What did you see from the group in that moment to get the stop that you needed?
Yeah, just relentless effort. 4th and 1, whatever, 4th and 2, whatever it was, short yardage. Defensive line came up and played big on that play. They tried to get big, I think it went 13, 14 personnel. Try to get all the big tight ends in there and trying to run it up the gut. We stood tall. We worked on that play all week in practice. Coach Rob did a good job of preparing us this week, and we seen that play about 2 or 3 times. So the D-line got up under the O-line, and, we got to stop.
All right, thanks, Tofik.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. That's it, y'all. We'll do 8:30 press box closes.